Now I want to talk about the changes or specific scenes in the movie, okay? So little things acting wise or changes they did to the story, that's what's coming now. Ready? Like I mentioned before, the proposal scene didn't feel that great. It was kind of like, it was too fast. That's the word I'm gonna say. It kind of like felt like too fast, you know? We're gonna talk about the CGI of the Beast. The Beast was great and really... Dan Stevens, I'm sorry, I talk about Dan Stevens so much in the because he was amazing. I'm sorry, I'm his fan. I'm his fan now. Great job. But the CGI, there was just one point where it was like, I was like, what? When Belle just rescues him and he's in the bed and he's kind of like with no shirt on, he kind of looks like a Ken doll, a hairy Ken doll. I don't know if you guys saw that, but it was just like, that's kind of weird. Like that didn't look that natural. But overall, I really like the design of these. Most of the time, it wasn't like super realistic, but it fit with the world, and I liked it. I like his design. I liked the CGI. It was really convincing, and his gestures, brilliant. We're gonna talk about the gay moments in this film because it was such a controversial thing. Whatever. I'm gonna say, I mean, I don't know why they made such a big deal that there were gonna be like a gay moment, whatever. You know, expecting maybe a kiss or something like that. Which I was completely okay with it, you know, like it's time for Disney to show this, you know. And in the movie, they literally just show Josh Gad dancing with the guy for 2 seconds. And they don't even like wink at each other, they don't do nothing like that. It's so subtle, which I mean, I think it's really nice because you know it's love and it just shouldn't be like a big obvious thing and be like, ah, hey, I like you, you know. It was just a subtle thing and I think I liked it, but I don't know why they made it such a big deal. It's like, oh, it's our first big gay character, because if they didn't tell you, you could tell yourself. But it was really really subtle, honestly. I don't know why everyone was making a big deal out of it. It was just such a subtle moment. But the moment that was so great was that in the end when they're like fighting all the bad guys, the furniture fighting them, and they go and the dresser has these 3 guys and they come like she changes him as like ladies, kind of like ladies clothes, and 2 of them are like ew and they're running away, and there's one that's just like, and feels fabulous. That was one of the highlights of the film for me. It was so great. I think that was so amazing, fabulous. I loved it. I think it was hilarious and fun and I loved it. It was really a really cool moment. The part of the whole like teletransportation thing to Paris was really unexpected because I didn't know how that worked. You know, is he actually there or is just more like an illusion? But I really like that scene. It was just, it really shows that how they're like getting to know each other and they love each other, you know, because love takes time. You have to know that person in order to love them. And he knew this new side from Belle, and finally Belle got to know this new side from her. And the fact when she goes, let's go home, she said home, castle, like she considered her home at a point in the movie. So that was such a like subtle, beautiful moment. It's like she doesn't say she's happy, but she is happy. Okay, I'm gonna talk about the transformation because this part kind of like bothered me quite a lot, because the Enchantress, I can't pronounce the word, but the lady, they're having the whole transformation thing, you know, and you know, the furniture die, and I think that was a really interesting choice. I like that. It was really like touching and it was like really sad. Yeah, it's just overall really sad. It's like, okay, they're dying, no, even though you know they're gonna be like revived in the end, but you really feel bad for them. And then he dies with like this, and she goes and she's like crying. And then the Enchantress just walks in like this is my business, and I'm like she just walks in like, hello, I'm here. I'm like, she kind of like ruined the cute moment, because I think the transformation scene is by far one of the most beautiful scenes in Disney history, for sure. I watched it the other like so many times, and she's just there, and she kind of like ruined the moment of intimateness with them, because it's such a like a strong moment. And when he dies and she goes, I love you, you know, whatever, he transforms, and it's a really cool transformation. But they did in a weird shot at one point, like from the outside. I was like, no, show me what is going on exactly at the inside. And then he does, what I really like is that they keep the thing with the hand and the feet, like in the movie. They didn't show when he transformed his face. I just kind of wish they had, because it's really cool when they do that in the movie. And then he goes down, he does the thing and turns around, and people were complaining that Steven didn't look good as a prince. I think he looked great. I think he looked like quite charming. And then my problem was, okay, Belle, you literally saw him die, and he's now back alive, and you're just like, you see him and you kiss him. I would be more like, you know, if you love with someone, you could like cry, you're like, oh my god, you know, like, you can't believe it, because you literally saw him die in front of your eyes, and now he's like back alive and looking fine, you know? So it's like, you should be having all this emotion. She was just kind of like really relaxed, which also happened in the original movie, and I was kind of like, why? No, you should be more like, you know? And then she doesn't say the line, "It is you," because I guess she just like realized it right away after looking at his eyes, you know, and she just kisses him. I don't remember the kiss, if it was that epic like in the movie and they just go like all blue and stuff, but I think the kiss was really good. And then they transform the whole castle, and the last scene is so wonderful and magical. I like all the interaction with the characters, especially when they find each other's husband, like Mrs. Potts when she finds her husband, and Plumette and Lumiere, they finally live together, and I was like, yes, finally. It's really, really nice to see that. And again, Cogsworth's scene where he's like, I want to become a clock, or I want to become a clock, is really funny. I really liked it. It was really charming when then Belle and him get outside together and they're holding hands. It's a cute moment. I just wish they were like holding hands and maybe like looking at each other and kind of like this and that, showing a little bit more of cuteness, I would say. And then they have finally the last scene, they're all dancing, whatever, and I just so mad that the movie didn't finish with a kiss, because like it seemed like it was gonna be there like, oh, you know, like what's her name, the opera singer is singing, and like the note hits right there, and she's like, okay, they're gonna kiss again, and they don't, and I was like, no, like I would have really liked it, because it was just like to show that. And I like the whole change of lines when she goes, oh, have you considered like getting a beard? And he goes, rawr. It was so, I was like, that is great. I think that's fantastic. That is great. I loved it. I think it was really funny and cute and perfect. Simply perfect. I guess you can tell I love this movie. I want to talk about the romance in this one. It's just like, it was so nice to see how much they were learning, how much they bonded. It was so nice. When he goes, let's run away, I was like, oh, I don't know, just like such a cute moment that he just said it, and it was so wonderful. He was really like caring. It's like, you know, the people in your village sound horrible. He personally liked, you know, everything about her, and it was just really, really nice. And the library scene was really interesting. The fact that, you know, in the original one, he's kind of like, you know, this library, I'm surprising you with this library. But in this one, he's kind of like, okay, this is my library, whatever. And then he notices she likes it, and he's like, oh, I mean, it can be yours. And she's like, oh my gosh. And, you know, I was like, I wish he had like thought of it before, like a surprise for her. But then again, it's nice that he was not like, okay, I'm just buying her with stuff. You know, it's more like he realizes, and he actually did like a gesture and be like, you know, okay, you like it, you can have it, you know. And I love her reaction. Her acting in this part was amazing, when she was like, oh my gosh, like, wow. I think it was great acting right there. Her reaction after he leaves and she's just like amazed with this, it's great. And I like how they're like disgusting about like Romeo and Juliet, and he's like with the King Arthur, she's like trying to defend himself. It's like he has swords and fighting and whatever. I'm just like, but you know, it's a romance. It's a really, really nice interaction. I really like them. I cannot wait to see this movie again. It was so good. I didn't like the Enchantress woman. It was just, she fell out of place sometimes. It was like, what are you doing? I don't care about you. Like, she was the only character I was like, why are you here? I don't care about you. You know, and like, why did she not do anything about Gaston? Gaston was a horrible person. Like, why did you curse the beast and not Gaston? Gaston is like a bad guy. So that was like, and the whole thing in the end, like I said previously, when she just walks in the transformation, like, no, let them have their moment, just don't, you know, do your magic outside but not in the same room. Just kind of felt awkward, like they were watching, they're like, I love you, and she's just like, okay, oh, I'm gonna like reverse the spell now, you know. I was kind of like, okay, I don't like you, enchantress woman. But when Gaston goes and attacks the beast, it was intense. I was like, with my friend, we were just like, oh my gosh. And when he just shows up out of nowhere, like the beast goes and like jumps from things, like he's gonna see Belle, and then she goes, and the beast just goes like, it's just so sad. And like so unexpected, like you know it's gonna happen, but it was just so dramatic, and it was like so well executed. So well executed. Like the director did a really good job showing that intense moment. It was so sad. And when Gaston says, Belle sent me here, I was like, no, you did not, Gaston. Like, how dare you? And the look of the beast, he was just like, what? And it's just, oh my gosh, like, Gaston, why would you say that? So great job with this scene. They made it like 1,000 times better. I really like this movie. I think it's better than the original, honestly. I think they're both great, but this one is just so rich in like content and romance, and their musical numbers. It's just so great. So please go watch it. This was my review of Beauty and the Beast. I hope you enjoyed it, and my name is Sol, and this is my video. Bye bye!